Good morning. Hi everybody, I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this is our home yoga practice live. This week, I think fittingly, we've been working on appreciation, and today I'd like to do a little bit of a flow. So if you're new, please take a pause if you're feeling overtaxed. If something is feeling like it's getting too stretched out, slow down, back off. This is for you to connect with you, not to keep up. But today is going to be a little bit more of a flow, meaning we're going to do some sequences of yoga poses and tie them and knit them together. And just feel some appreciation for being able to move, feeling in this house, this body house, and also making sure that our intention is pure. So let's start in a standing position. I'm going to turn sideways on my mat. Maybe have a block, stack of books will do, a strap or a towel might be able to be used for some poses where we might need a little help, okay? Let's come to our mountain. Feel your feet. Separate them, be aware of them, spread the toes, just stimulate some awareness of standing in your feet. And let's just work the hips a little forward and back. Notice how the back responds. And then settle into what you feel is a nice equilibrium space. Maybe close the eyes. See if you trust standing with your eyes closed. Feel that perspective change. Does it calm us down? Does it create an anxiety? What do we become aware of? Yoga is creating awareness. And then let's take a moment and just ask ourselves, why am I here? Why do I want to move today? Why do I want to yoke today? And then stay true to that. When I say purity of intention, stay true to that. In body and intention. Let's breathe in and lengthen upward. Breathe, stretch the whole body. Occupy your whole frame. Exhale, let the upper body go. You can have those knees soft. Check in. What are the body parts that aren't letting go? How about the upper chest? How about the back of the neck? Let's roll the spine up. Lift your head left. Breathe in and lengthen. Shoulders soft. Feel your feet pushing into the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Let the upper body go. And let's roll the spine up. Let's lift the left leg. It doesn't have to be very high. And open the hip. Got myself. And close. And open. And close. Bring that foot down. Let's lift the right foot. And open. And close. And open. Just feel the hip. Feel our body awareness. One more time if you like. And bring that foot down. Bend the knees. Pull the butt back. Lift the chest up. Chair. Good. And twist. You can just keep your hands at prayer if that's too much. And bring ourselves back up. And twist. What does it feel like to open our wingspan in this manner? And bring it back up. Breath in. And forward. Fold. Deep breath. Sigh it out. I'm just going to pedal my knees forward and back. Feeling the backs of the calves and the hamstrings. How far up and down the back of that leg can you build awareness of? What's going on behind the knee joint? Midway in the thigh? Up in the attachments at the hip bones? Good. Let's lift the chest up. And let's bring the right hand down to the floor, maybe to the block. And twist. Breath. Let's bring the left hand down. Press into it, chest over thumbs. And twist. This hand could always rest here. Feel the torso ringing out. Maybe encouraging more digestion of whatever it is we maybe overindulged in a little yesterday. Good. Let's bring it back and forward fold. Roll the spine up. Find your mountain, coming back to where we began. Feel that amount of activation and stimulation in our body from what we've done so far. Let's roll the shoulders up and back and down. Just build awareness. Move any of those issues in those tissues. Change direction. We'll cross that right arm across the chest. We'll hook underneath of that arm, above the elbow joint if you can. And twist. Keep the hip bones aiming forward. What do we feel moving as it spirals up and down the rib cage? Up and down your spine, breath. And release, we'll find the other side. Shoulder down, lift the chest, breath in, exhale, twist. Don't put any undue strain on any part of the body, maybe the back of that shoulder. How's your neck? Is there still free movement? Hips forward. Breath. Good. And release. We're going to lift that left leg and open. And close. And open. Good. And close. One more time. And open. Bring it back, straighten the leg. Don't worry about how high it is, it's just straight. And slowly bring it down, coming onto the earth, both feet there. Have some appreciation. When we're ready, we'll lift that right leg. And open. That knee could be this low and close. We're just feeling that joint opening and closing. Now hurry. Feeling this other leg giving us something stable to stand on. Smiling, having an ease and steadiness about us, and straight. Breath. And bring that leg down. Ready? I'm going to turn sideways. Pull the knees back, butt back. Keep the knees over the heels. Maybe reaching the arms up for your chair extended, or just hands. Here, breath in. Breath out, let's twist. Good, you can just rest your hands. Good, let's bring it back to center. And twist. Feel the legs. Intend the body to sink down. Intend the chest to lift up. Bring it back, breath in. Forward fold, breathe it out. Let's work those knees. Feel your hips, alleviate some of that pressure maybe from what we were feeling. How's your back doing now? Are things starting to loosen up? Maybe some body parts are starting to tense from overwork. All right, so stay connected to your intention in your practice. Let kindness be a part of that intention. Right hand down beneath the face. We're going to twist. Breath. Left hand down beneath the face and twist. Good. Let's bring both hands down, chest over thumbs. We're going to lift that left leg up and back. Don't worry about how high. Twist that hip open. Take your time. Trying to stack that left hip on top of the right. Don't be in a hurry. Don't knock yourself over. Close the hip. Let this pose help us learn some patience and some focus. And we'll bring that leg down. Take your time as we lift the right leg up. Nipples over thumbs, chest reaching. And start to twist that hip open. Ooh, how's that feel on the left thigh? How's that feel on the right? Slowly close that hip. Bring that leg down. Rolling the spine up. Few shoulder rotations. All right, let's change direction. Just feeling out where these arms want to move. Where we're holding tension, where does our tension accumulate? Let's pat ourselves on the back with the left hand. Left elbow up toward the ceiling And then we'll grab a hold of this left elbow with the right hand. Feel your hips, feel your torso. Stand in the legs, maybe work toes, ankles. Good, let's stand up nice and tall. Exhale as we start to just side bend to the right. Feel the whole left side of your body, the waist, the hips. Bring it back up. Did you go too far? Did you kind of get close to hurting yourself? We don't want to get close to hurting ourselves. This is a love letter to our bodies. The house of our soul, our spirit. Breath in, lift the chest. Stand in those legs as you side that other side. Face off. Remember your intention. Let's come on back to center. Release those arms. Wrist rotation. Appreciate those fingers, those wrists, our flare. Change direction. Be aware of what's going on in your face. What are you expressing right now to yourself? I'm going to reach behind the back. Maybe hold the strap. Maybe find an interlace. Good. We'll send the wrist down. Open the collarbones. Breathe in. Chest up. And we're going to bring it forward. So if you need to let those hands go, go ahead. What are the feet telling you? Ankles, shins, calves, knees, backs of the thighs. Can you modify something? Can you back off? And accept what's going on. Appreciate what's going on. What's actually wanting to stretch. What's actually wanting to let go. Let the arms go if you haven't already. Bring your hands to your block. Maybe reposition where you are on your mat. All right, right hand down. Twist the left arm open. What's changed? Is there more range of movement? Do the ribs want to move? Does the flesh want to move? Are we pushing too hard? Do we want it too bad? And switch. Left hand down. And twist it open. You don't have to look at that hand. You can look down. Will you give yourself a break? Take each step in the journey incrementally. Breath in. Twist, twist, twist. Good. We'll bring both hands down. Chest over thumb. Lift the left leg up. Take your time. We're not in a hurry. Is your spine flat? Or is it starting to dump and sway? Now, if you want, see about bringing your left hand to your hip. Breath. Maybe it made it halfway and you brought it back down to the block. That counts. This isn't a contest. This is a feeling exercise. Feel your right leg. If you want to try it again, we'll start to lift the left hand. Feel that right leg. Thank it. Appreciate it for holding you. Left hand down. Find your breath. Oh yeah, let's twist that left hip open. Close the hip. Bring that leg down. Good. Let's come down for a little intermission. Come to the tippy toes. Feel the body say thank you. We were holding that all together for quite a bit. Maybe lift the knees. Feel the feet. Thank the feet. All right. When we're ready, and maybe you need to take a break. Lay down on your back. Go to sleep. Do something entirely different. Catch up with us if there's something else that piques your interest. Check in right now with what was your intention. And let's stay pure and honest to that intention. Maybe you just needed some quiet time away from others. Maybe you're not looking at all at the screen here and just listening because you've got screen fatigue. Do we know how to be true to our own intentions and needs? All right, when you're ready. And we're learning, right? Each day we're learning how to be more authentic for ourselves. We'll bring our hands to the block. We'll find that nice upright tabletop kind of position. Eyes open. Maybe a little sassy. I like this beat, so yeah. All right. When we're ready, we're going to lift that right leg up. Thank the left leg. Feel the left leg standing. How is that left calf handling this job? Sole of the foot. Where's your weight distributed in that leg? Now, if you're ready, if you want to play with this, we'll see about bringing the right hand. Remember, it can come up a little and come on back down and say that totally counted. What did I get to experience and notice, or was I just like, whoo, let me bring that hand back down? So we can try it again. What do I get to observe as I lift this right hand, maybe bringing it to my back, feeling that left foot, left leg, breath, hand down, chest forward. Find some degree of ease. If you need to come out, come out. Start to twist that hip open. Ooh, don't go beyond what your hips want to say, but maybe your hips are like, yes, yes, yes. Breath. Close the hip. What did we get to feel about ourselves? A certain level of freedom in movement. We'll bring that right leg down. Maybe we just felt the work. It didn't feel free at all. Right? I'm not going to tell you how you should feel, but there's a range that we can feel. Let's come on down to the tippy toes one more time. And let's see. Now, this is going to depend on what's going on with everyone's ankles, their knees. This may not be a comfortable place, may not be what your hips, your knees agree to. But if there are no injuries and nothing is protesting, it's a version of Malasana. On the toes, knees wide, chest up. But this is pretty counterindicated for the knees. Breathe. If you're okay, come on down to the elbows. Feel your low back. Breathe into the low back. Can we encourage a little stretching back there? What are the toes telling you? Are you listening? Breath. Nice. Good. We're going to bring those knees back in. Now let's bring the knees down. And we'll come to standing on these knees. Whew. I'm going to bring the hands to the low back. Got a little bit of space in between the inner thighs. So try to keep your hips directly over this thigh bone. Okay? Not back here. Not way forward here. Open the collarbone. Grow tall and upright. Breathe deliberately in the front of that tummy. Let that tummy balloon with breath. Send the breath down, down, down. Shoulders down, chest up. All right, we're going to step the left leg out to the side. If you need to have your block nearby, just to give you a little steadiness, it's a great tool to have. All right, so if I drew a line from inside of this right inner knee, it would meet with the arch of the left foot to make a capital T kind of shape. And then let's see about these hips, what they want to say. They might argue, here's where they tend to want to be, and the chest is kind of falling over this way. Can we work out a conversation? Good. And then maybe lift, push the baby toe edge of that foot down, toes aiming forward. You might be feeling some tension or some aggravation along this side of the body. It's trying to hold this shape and be open at the same time. Lift through your ribs, not through the shoulders. Can we try to experience this that way? Maybe your eyes are closed. Remember your intention. And I'll bring this left hand down, starting to ask the movement from down here, not up here, down toward the hip and waist. What wants to move? Can we move some of these bigger pieces of us, asking for a little bit more space? Make a little bit more room. Our capacity for feeling, not for thinking. Ooh, bring it up. feel the release of energy. Let's give space and time for release, not just for taking it in. And we'll lift one more time and see about twisting over this leg. Now, if you like, sometimes it's helpful to have a block with us to start to guide our way down. See if you can keep these toes aiming forward. Sinking slowly. Feel your body gradually granting permission for stretching and opening. Tap into your own patience. Appreciate this physical body and how resilient it is, that it is gradually releasing and it's working according to its own timeline. We'll travel the hands out in front of us. You could still use that block over here beside that right knee. Now, hips forward. Yeah. Push that foot down. Notice what you're feeling in this hip joint, side of the thigh. Squeeze the thighs, relax the thighs, squeeze it and relax. And then if you're wanting to add something more, if you want to feel expansion or explore how much of it we can feel, you could reach that left arm over, thrusting the hips forward. Where's the breath? Remember your intention. Bring it along with you. Let your actions reflect your intention. Let your breath reflect your intention. And we'll bring the hands down out in front of us. Let's bring this leg in and just find a few knee rotations, hip rotations, work it out. Oh. Change direction. And bring that knee down. We're going to step that right foot out to the side. Making our way up. I'm going to come a little more centered. Good. Push the baby toe edge down. Feel the hips. Spine lifted. Ooh, feel, move it. And I've got a little argument going on right here. And let's lengthen left. Remind yourself that you're here in your pace. You're here to feel an ease and invite feeling strong at ease, feeling flexible with ease, feeling held together with ease, able to focus with ease. And other side. Breath. Oh, remember the ease and your intention. Remember your ease. Feel it in your breath. And let's gradually bring ourselves up. I invite some ease in twisting. Good. Asking this midsection to twist toes forward. Remember, you could use your block. If you don't need it, you can just hug yourself into that leg. Oh, notice where the body says, slow down, please. Stop. Let your head go. We're not here to think. We're here to feel. We're here to work together, mind, body, and breath in unison. How is the breath helping out? How's the body giving us cues? And are we listening? Mind staying quiet. One more breath. Let's walk the hands around out in front of us. And then, if you want, I'm going to take my block over beside this left knee. Send these hips forward. Feeling this chest in this nice sideways plane. Hips forward. Ooh, feel that. Thrust the hips forward. Squeeze this left thigh. Tailbone under. And then let's maybe reach. Oh yeah, that feels for me right now. Oh yeah, it feels good. Feel the lengthening in the colon, in the intestines. Make room. Help all those contents move along. Use the breath. One whole being working together. Spirit working with body so that body is healthy to hold the spirit. Body working with spirit so that spirit is healthy for the body. And let's gradually bring the hands around, out in front of us. I'm going to bring this knee in and do a few knee rotations, hip rotations. Change direction. Good. We'll bring those knees down. Make sure that we still got about a fist width of space in between the knees, keeping the thigh bones directly under those frontal hip bones. Hands to the low back. Good. Hips forward, chest up. Take the gaze up to the ceiling and hold here. Maybe apply a little bit of pressure downward on the low vertebrae of your spine. Soften the shoulders. Breathe freely through the front of your abdomen. Feel the whole rib cage expanding in front of you. The flesh of the tummy expanding in front of you. Feel the back respond. Feel your organs respond. Remember your intention. Good. And let's release. We're going to step this right foot forward. Now I'm going to face you a little bit. I'm going to wiggle this right foot to the right of it. My left knee is still down back behind me. So I've wiggled that forward. Now I'm going to inch my left knee back behind me. And sink down. Now maybe you need a blanket under that left knee. Try not to let that right knee split. Pulling the chest forward and feel what we feel in the whole front of us. Lengthening the front of our body, shoulders back. Breath. Good, let's shift it back. We'll step this right knee back and step the left foot forward. And as I said, I'm going to move this to the left a little and give space for the tummy and the belly inside of this thigh. Walking that right knee back, right kneecap facing the floor, shoulders back, sinking in the hip. Clamp that thigh to you. And then try to relax the groin. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sink it down. What will the groin allow? What do we have appreciation for? Stay true to your intention. Don't push yourself beyond your edge. Allow for movement where movement wants to happen. Create a safe space for your body to express itself. Nice. And we'll shift back into that right knee, stepping that left knee back. And let's come to sitting. I'm going to move this block out of the way. And I'm going to bend this left leg, keeping this shin parallel with the front edge of this mat. So just, it doesn't have to be all the way up against it as I am. You could be back here, but just in that direction. And I'm going to take this right knee and bring it near this foot. All right, so you might need a cushion under the right butt. Trying to see if those hips want to come down. And then some of you might want to open that angle a bit. Some of you might be like, oh, this knee, this hip don't want to do that. Just go ahead and straighten the leg. Okay? So let's be honest with ourselves about what is healthy and sustainable in those joints as far as the range of movement that they have in this moment. And appreciate the range of movement. This isn't a concession. This is a love letter. Right? So wherever we are, maybe you're keeping that leg out here. Maybe you're keeping this leg here. I'm going to twist to the left, keeping the spine upright. Breath. I'm going to feel that out this way. Oh, yeah, definitely a different area that we get to touch, but it's still a nice area. And be aware of the low belly. Let the organs, let the spinal column revolve. Breath in. Breath out. Now we'll walk the hands over to the left. And then just see how low the body wants to go. Maybe rest on the elbows. Feel a gentle pulling in the upper body. Can we go with it? Or do we want to fight it? And we'll bring the chest up. And then we'll get ready to switch for the other side. No rush. Okay? Absolutely no rush. Maybe a cushion under this left butt. Feel out the knee on this side. This side's a whole different side. Maybe this leg wants to be here on this side. Maybe it wants to be lengthened out as we demoed last time here. Feel the groin here. Feel the torso. How is any of this movement making us feel memory-wise, emotionally? The body contains, it's a storage house of so much. Memory, emotion, sensation. It affects how we think, it affects how we absorb this present moment. Whether we're more of a reactive space over something that's long gone, or whether we're actually being present right here with what is truly in this moment. I'm going to twist to the right, spine lifting upright. Acceptance. Soft breath. And then if you're wishing to explore this, walk that upper body forward. Maybe resting on the elbows or the forearm. Feel that upper body, the torso, the hips. Feel that wrap around coiling of twist and stretch. Feel the balance of the letting go action and the applying action. Bones heavy. Flesh soft. We'll eventually bring ourselves upright. We'll ease that leg out of that position and straighten our legs out in front of us. Sitting up tall. Your knees could be soft. If the back is really straining and the legs are really straining, you could always buckle the knees here and allow the spine and the torso to have the most free upright space. Let's just round and lift. Feel the tailbone and the pelvic bowl scooping under and back and under and back, back. And then we'll come forward. You can keep those knees buckled. Don't think of this as a stretch. Think of this as folding into ourselves. Folding in. Maybe a hug or an embrace. How free can we feel in this hug and embrace? How much can we give ourselves to this hug and embrace? And we'll bring the spine up. Good. We're going to bring the sole of that left foot up against that right inner thigh, letting that left knee fall open. Sometimes we need a little cushion or a little added prop for under that knee if the groin doesn't want to fall all the way open. So feel out what's going on in your body. I'll turn and face you all. And maybe that foot really would prefer to be down toward the knee. Maybe it would prefer to be down toward your calf. Okay, feel out. Don't force. Check in. Are we not forced the body somewhere? We'll clear the flesh out from under that right thigh. Right leg is straight, spine intending an upward energy. A little bit of a twist to the right. Breath, shoulders down. Grow tall through the neck. Let the breath flow through you in this shape. Chest is up, shoulders down, breath flowing. Maybe the body starts to allow a little bit more movement in the twist. Check in. Do you know the difference between forcing it to happen and it happening on its own? Do we have the patience to find that? Do we have the appreciation for our body's own way of doing things, our body's needs right here? And we'll release and just let the upper body come forward. You could have a pillow down here. Or just let the upper body drape. And we all have different areas of the body that are a little resistant to yielding right now. And for me, it's the back of the right knee and the left side of my low back. So rather than applying more pressure and more force there, I'm softening and letting it tell me where it wants to go. And it's saying, okay, I can just have a few breaths here and that's all. Release your body weight down. Let your bones hang heavy. Convince your body that you're patient. Convince your mind that this is okay. This is fine. Appreciate and accept this moment. Love and appreciate something yummy about this moment. Let's turn our attention away from the areas that are fighting now and find some areas of the body that are really having a good time, an easy time. And appreciate that. My eyelids are heavy, my jaw is relaxed. This is good. This is life. This is absorbing in this present moment. And let's gradually come up. A nice, unfiltered, even, balanced way of being. I'm going to switch. Lengthen that leg. Feel that leg coming out of that space. Maybe helping it, giving it some love as it releases the energy of being in that bent shape, in that open hip. Now the hip is more neutral, letting go of that energy of so much open, broad expanse. And then feel the energy that we use to bring this leg to come into this shape on this side. Be open to really greeting it where it is. Don't impose your will on it. Feeling the spine. Now, when I say don't impose the will on it, it also doesn't mean that we're here to do nothing, right? So how do we find that balance between I'm going to be here with an intent to be fully present in my body and what it's capable of doing in this moment, opening to whatever possibilities want to unfold, but I'm not going to impose the possibility on a body that's not ready. And do I even know how to do that? Maybe I need to back it up a few steps and say, okay, I'm willing to feel this out. Humble ourselves to what we have to learn. Having appreciation in that humbling. Lift the chest, breathe in, exhale, twist. Maybe see if you can press that right thigh down as you're twisting the belly button. What? How much space is there for breath? Do we have any intention of growing the spine upward? Are we approaching our intention with ease, or are we being aggressive? Do we want it super bad? Do we feel like that's how we show our dedication? Good, and when you're ready, we'll release the twist coming forward. Maybe you want a cushion, maybe you don't. And as the body yields, maybe you adjust and lift into it a little bit more. Breath. Let your neck go, let your throat go. What's letting go? What has to apply? And what's the balance in between letting go and application? Can we find that easy point in between where we're still applying, but we're not forcing? Where we're allowing and submitting without letting go entirely of our dedication? And what's getting revealed when we get to let go and feel it and invite it inside of us? What do we get to appreciate and receive gratitude? Live it, breathe it, embody it. An appreciation of what's good right here, what's growing, what's new. And let's gradually bring ourselves upright. All right, maybe both feet together for Baddha Konasana. Pressing those inner thighs open. Maybe massage the toes and the feet. Remember that squat that we did earlier. Feel the alleviation, the stimulation of the tissues and the flesh in the muscles around the bones in the toes and the feet and in the arches. Be aware of what they have to tell you about what they're holding. Sometimes we have to touch areas in order to stimulate our awareness. Because if we're not touching it, we're not even sure that we're living in it, right? We're just like, yeah, I know my legs are down there. But if they're not moving, if they're not being touched, if they're not being stimulated in some way, we might actually lose that connection. We'll breathe in and lift the chest, grow tall through the back of the neck. Feel the vertebrae in the back of your neck. And identify one vertebra and ask it to lift. What happens to your breath when you bring that much focused attention there? Shoulders down, identify that vertebrae and lift up. And then feel your tummy breathe. Pick another vertebra and ask it to lift. What do you feel differently in the sides of your neck? What do you feel differently in your mind? Can you press the inner thighs open and down as you lift up through the neck? One more vertebrae, maybe a little higher, getting close to the base of your skull. Can you lift from there? What happens to the chin when you do it? Probably tucks down a bit. Let the chest lift. Let the neck lift the chest. Let the neck lift your belly button. That much intention, and don't let that intention be rigid. Now find something to enjoy about this. What are we liking? What's feeling amazing? And just stay in that space. Appreciate. Oh. For me, I always go to, I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish it was a baller. Because I feel so long here. And I'm 5 foot tall for those who haven't met me. Let's tuck the chin down and start to find our neck rotations while still lifting through the neck. How does that change that experience? Still growing through that vertebrae. Still pressing outward through the inner thighs. Still lifting through the belly button. And breathing. Don't clench the hands. Don't white knuckle. Ease. Acceptance. Change direction. Good. Let's breathe in, sit up tall. Exhale. Lengthen the upper body forward. This is Mustafa. He rarely has any cameos. Puma's the one who's usually a camera kitty. Now you can let the spine round, or you can attempt to try to direct that energy straight and flat through the back. Maybe you play a couple of times with both and just notice what areas of the body respond. Which do we prefer right now? What are you loving? Where's the yum? Send a whole bunch of gratitude through that yum. And we'll gradually bring ourselves up. Maybe help those inner thighs in. I'm going to bring the legs out in front of me. Feet down, chest up. A little bit of both. Pulling the navel to the back of the spine. Growing tall through the chest. Don't let the knees splay. I'm going to curve my low vertebrae now. Curve and lower. Curve and lower. Curve. Take your time. Push the feet down. See how much they can help anchor you. Where's the breath? Where's the breath? Slowly, one vertebra at a time. If we've kind of gone kathunk, that's okay. Breathe. You've got the intention there, and then your body met you with its capability. And we feel intention and capability meet one another. Bottoms of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. Feel the low back. Feel the spine. Feel the breath. Maybe close the eyes. Bring the hands to the belly and just feel the inflow and the outflow of breath. Feel the volume of breath as weight. Feel the body feeling lighter. Feel the body feeling heavier. Feel the gradients of light. Feel the gradients of weight and heaviness. Release the arm. Let's bring the knees together. Wiggle the feet out wide so that the inner thighs are kind of coming toward one another. Sometimes the knees come together with ease. Try not to have undue pressure. Check out the knees. Notice if you're feeling any kind of pressure or kind of swell feeling in those knees. We don't want any tension in the knee joints, in any of those ligaments. Let's see about a few pelvic tilts here, feeling the connection of that inward rotation of the thighs with the attachments at the low back, across your low back. Feeling movement in our sacrum, feeling how the thighs and the directions of the thighs move the flesh and the ligaments and the muscles in the low back, how everything is connected. Scoop the tailbone under, hands behind the head, and just lift the chin up toward the center of the chest and feel that connection. Feel the whole length of the muscles up and down the spine and the connection with that inward rotation of the thigh. And gently lower the head down. Relax your arms. And we'll let the knees fall to the left and right like windshield wiper blades. And send some gratitude to your body for how fluid it can be. Whatever amount of fluidity you're getting to feel, embrace your unique rhythm, your unique flow. And let's hold, aiming in one direction. Send the breath way down into the knees, way down into your toes. And let's gradually come on up and over. And we'll gradually bring the knees back to center. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Maybe use your hand. Feel this cradling. See if the inner thighs want to stay together. Or if it's kind of a struggle, a little bit of energy you have to exert to keep them together. Feel your low back on the floor as you rock and massage. Feeling this flow inside of us, our own pendulum rhythm. Good. Let's let the arms go. Knees stay up. We'll drop both knees over to the left. And have a spinal twist. Soften your arms. Soften your neck. Let the twist do you. Let whatever wants to coil or uncoil happen. Observe how okay you are with just letting this happen. Let's gradually bring the knees up and over to the other side. How okay are we with letting go of control? Maybe feeling a degree of just uncomfortableness. Maybe the shape is like, well, I wouldn't want to be here for 2 hours. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not our comfy cozy. And how are we receiving that? To just accept it. Maybe even muster up some appreciation that, hey, my nerve endings are actually able to express something to me about my level of desire about being here. That I get to have that level of discernment, that level of gradient of awareness. And then we'll bring the knees back to center. Let's send the legs straight up to the ceiling. Point and flex the toes. Feel your feet. Look at your feet. Look at your toes. Feel your back being your support and your feet and your legs that usually carry you on this journey. Getting to be uplifted. Ankle rotations. Literally taking a load off of these feet, ankles, legs, and receive that. Let that gratitude seep through the tissues. Breathe it. And then we'll bring the knees to the chest, knees wide. You can hold on behind the knee joints if you like. Happy baby. Now this is a really revealing and vulnerable position. So if this isn't comfortable, if it doesn't feel right in your spirit, much less your body, just go ahead and hug the knees and keep the inner thighs together. That's you. That's up to you. So wherever we are, and really pat yourself on the back if you just said, yeah, you know what, I don't need to know why. No, I don't want to do that. And feel your body and your spirit sending you gratitude for doing what was right for you at that moment, not putting any conditions on it. So much appreciation. Everything isn't white and black. Our energetic beings are just that, fluctuations and undulations of energy. Nothing that we apply rationale to. There's no formula, no equation. So when you're ready, we'll release the legs and lengthen them out for Shavasana. And then if the body doesn't like to lie down flat on its back, position yourself, reposition, adjust into something that you can be comfortable with. And it's okay if you don't know what comfort is. Go ahead and adjust and fidget until you're like, okay, I don't think I need to fidget anymore. This is good enough. And let go. Maybe eyes open. And receive your eyes giving you sight and vision. Not of things and stuff, just feel light and shape, light spectrum and color spectrum. Just feel your eyes receiving shape and spectrum. Feel your nostrils and your olfactory ability sending you aroma, nuance of aroma. Distant and dulled, or maybe sharp and distinct. Try not to follow down memory lane of what it is you are smelling. Just feel your sense of smell. Sense of sound. Sound from far away, sound from close by. Feel the texture of sound. Try not to identify the sound. Volume of sound, intonation, proximity. So much nuance in our senses. Taste. Maybe move the tongue around, move the cheeks around. Back of the tongue, sides of the tongue. How far down the back of the throat are we aware of taste? Not a distinct flavor. Maybe something's acrid or tangy. Hints of different ranges of dullness and sharpness of flavor. And I saved touch for last, our awareness of touch. Feel everything that's touching your skin. Our skin and our nerves are delivering so much information as far as density and weight. How are you aware of the fabric that's wrapping around certain body areas? Can you feel different elastics with a constant pressure? Can you feel that pressure changing as you breathe because it's moving? Can you feel hair follicles on different areas of the body without moving? You know that hair follicles are in your eyebrows, but can you be aware of them through touch right now? Can you feel air moving around some of those follicles? And if you can't feel air moving, can you feel temperature temperature through your nostrils. How is that experience different than the temperature you're feeling in your groin? How about the low back as it is pressed up against the floor? Is that a different temperature? Maybe it's warmer than what you're feeling on your fingertips, in between the fingers, eyelids. How about weight and density? Touch is so nuanced. How much of the weight of your ankles can you feel? Let your awareness scan through sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Your awareness as a radiant, vibrant being, taking in so much information. How are we reacting and responding to this information in our minds? Now let go of awareness of the physical sensations and observe your thoughts. Where is your mind right now? How about now? What is your mind doing? Can you feel the space between your thoughts? Can you stretch the space between thoughts and notice what is there? Gradually begin to invite simple movements when you're ready. And you don't have to do this right now. You can let this video end and you just stay. Come back to feeling your senses and then feeling individual body parts as you start to move. Feel the mind and the body working together and the breath. And we'll gradually come upright to a seated space. You could be sitting with your back supported against a wall. What does your spirit and your body collectively need right now? And starting to explore walking in and being in our complete selves as authentically and calmly as we can. In home yoga practice, I try my best to offer ways of stepping into yourself as you come onto your mat at home. Maybe choosing a thematic and stay with that theme day after day. It could be for 10 minutes a day. Choose an amount of time. So we choose what it is we're practicing. Set an amount of time and say, I'm going to commit to that. And then observe with your mind as you're moving, maybe stopping and pausing and writing down what you observe. Wow, I really fight a lot on my right side. I can't feel my left foot. I don't know what she means about breath. Whatever it is that you observe, when I'm in this pose, I go back to that same memory of something that happened to me. Then each day, we start to step a little bit closer to our authentic self. We start to notice, and when we're writing down, yeah, I really don't have patience, and I'm impatient with my impatience. And then we accept it, and we step into ourselves with loving kindness again. And maybe we start to have humor about our impatience. And then lastly, seeking guidance. Having a teacher, maybe some text. At the beginning of this week, I suggested, so go to the Tuesday practice and look it up, but I suggested friending Indu Aurora on Facebook and maybe even getting her book. It's a wonderful book. It's small, really condensed, very deep on philosophy, also wonderful perspective on posture, its physical benefits, anatomical benefits, mental benefits, lots of exercises, eye exercises, ear exercises, organ exercises, breath exercises, a wonderful, complete, and digestible text. I really appreciate those who have joined us here today. I'm Belinda with Just Be Yoga, and this has been Home Yoga Practice Live this week on appreciation. If it's in your heart or your pocket, please feel free to make a donation at paypal.me/justbeyoga. Share our videos with your friends if you find anything of value. I deeply appreciate it. Namaste.